Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, that last question we did that. Hello. Any doubts for last question?
Can you summarize it once?
Can I summarize it? Last, who's that? Sorry, last who's the clear that answer? I don't know name. Okay, the conclusion is the resistor is stop the
The
sudden.
resistance increases the delay in the circuit. That's what.
Yes, it is the slow down the process. The sudden that transition is there. Na?
Because ultimately, what happens? We know that the equation is V equals to V0 1 minus e to the power t by tau. If my R is not there, then my tau becomes equals to 0. So if I go
Yes.
the mathematics, then what I get is V is equals to V0 or whatever the output. So if the R is not there, I'm not getting that exponential part, and hence the delay I'm not getting.
Yeah, it's correct answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. What if another R is added in parallel to R? What happened in if R is added in parallel to C? What happened? Please give me answer. Anyone? Nabil, please respond to this question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, of which capacitor, which was an output or in series with resistor earlier?
No, if one circuit, you assume one circuit, if R is added in parallel to another R, what happened that circuit?
If R is added to another R, then delay will reduce, and circuit will respond fast.
Delay will
Reduce
reduce.
and circuit will respond fast.
Okay, what is that resistance value?
Ma'am, let the two resistance are R and R, then the net resistance will be R by 2. So the delay will reduce and circuit will respond fast.
No, resistant. What the resistant? How to behave the right resistance? If R na both
Yes.
R both circuits are.
Then
What is the
R by 2.
You say in you don't say equation likewise. You say theoretically. What happened in circuit?
Okay.
The resistance will drop below the least resistance.
Yes, ma'am.
That one theoretical. Okay. If R is added in parallel to C, what happened?
Ma'am, I want to know on which C. There are two capacitors, na, in the circuit.
No.
Only one
Only
capacitor.
one.
Okay.
Like
Then
the previous question only.
okay, ma'am. Then actually, what happened for our V0, it will be V by 2, and at V infinity, it will be 0. So no, sorry. Yes, ma'am. At V infinity, it will be 0. So our response will like from V by 2 to 0.
Ma'am, could you please repeat the question once? Which question? That means I have an RC, I have applied a resistance in parallel to the C. That's it.
No, you didn't get the question or what you didn't understand.
Because I'm just asking what is the question. That means I have a simple RC. I'm just adding an R in parallel to the C. That's it. That's my question.
Yes, previously I asked one R2 added to one more resistor, like that if add capacitance like that only.
Okay.
That resistor is deleted. One resistor is parallel to capacitor. What happened?
Ma'am,
in circuit?
Ma'am, output will rise from 0 to V by 2.
Okay. Half of the voltage.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the resistance? What happened? Capacitance. How was the?
Ma'am, capacitance will be C and the resistance will be R by 2. So delay will be less. Means total delay will be RC by 2.
Okay, delay will be R by 6, R by 2. What is the time constant?
RC by 2. R into C by 2.
No. Please, anyone respond this question? Clear
So
answer.
if I have an
Guys, please respond. Anand, you know this question, how to answer? Hello, Ashik.
What you are asking? You are asking time constant, right?
Yeah. What is the total answer? If you give the resistance parallel to capacitance, what is that?
so if I give a unit step, if I give a unit step and want the response and with a resistance in parallel to the capacitance, then when there is a transient, then obviously the capacitance acts as a short circuit, so obviously it will be a 0. And when it will be in steady state, then the capacitor acts as a open circuit, but in my ultimate circuit becomes to
Your voice is not clearly, sorry.
yeah. Am I audible now? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, so if I have an RC and an R in parallel to a C, then when there is a transient, then I will get a 0. That means my output will be 0. But when there will be a steady state, my output will be VCC by 2. The reason is that when there is a steady state, the capacitor acts as an open circuit, and my effective circuit is 2R in series. So if we apply a voltage divider rule, then I get VCC by 2, provided my R1 and R2 are equal. If it's not equal, then the output response is not predictable because it depends on the 2 R's. Then, and my time constant becomes R1 parallel R2 into C. That's my time constant.
R1 parallel to C1.
R1 parallel to C1. R2 is not there.
Not there.
Why? What is the reason? R2. Why R2 will not be considered?
I am asking only R1 parallel to C1. What is the time constant? My question like that only.
So if R1 is parallel to C1, then the time constant will be R1 into C1.
Okay. Next.
So I have considered the R2 parallel to C1. Okay, so if so, I have two R's. R1 is in series with C1, and R2 is in parallel to C1. So if that is the case, then what should be my time constant? Because there are two R's, so R1 parallel R2 into C1. That should be the time constant.
Yes.
Okay. Next. Shreyan? Hello, please
Yes.
respond. Shreyan. What type of questions you want?
For MOSFET, you can
You-
ask.
Okay, you did any projects?
No, no.
Do you know about two-stage operational amplifier?
Yes.
Okay, I wish to ask the questions based on two-stage.
Okay.
You did any project about two-stage operational amplifier? You
Yes.
designed
I have designed two-stage amplifier.
which technology?
22.
22. Okay, what kind of design you are designing?
So the what?
What kind of devices, NMOS, PMOS, are you design some specific devices are selected to design? No?
Yes, yes.
What type of
NMOS, PMOS with bulk was there. With bulk, like 3 terminal devices were there. NMOS and PMOS we used.
NMOS, PMOS only? Some specific devices names is there? No? You selected which one?
For cap, I remember we used EZN cap, and for uh, transistors and NMOS and PMOS was there.
NMOS, PMOS, what type of device you are selecting by designing in Cadence or rather
Cadence,
other technology?
cadence.
Okay, this you remember that device name or not?
No, device name is not.
Like LVT, HVT, some
Yes, yes. Low voltage technology, LVT, like
which device you are taken?
NFET, PFET were there. Like
Okay, you selected NFET and PFET like that one.
yeah, yes.
Why you are taken that one only?
And because the operating voltage that were VDD was given is 1.8 volt, and the required specifications are somewhere like that. We have to use only low voltage devices because the stress will on the devices will be there if we will use high voltage devices. So that's why we use that only.
Okay. You did any PVT simulation?
Yes, yes.
What is that PVT simulation?
Like for across temperature, we were having -40 to 125, and for corners, we use TT, SSFF, SFFS, and voltage was 10% variation of 1.8 volt.
Okay. Which corners you are designed?
Like I couldn't understand which corner means.
Which corner means, if for example we give some circuit, which
Mhm.
corner you are set, where you set, how to set it.
Okay, so what corner? Like that
Corners means like
specific.
we can say as slow, or fast, slow, fast. Or that will
Actually,
be
Yeah.
considered.
5 corners I told you TT, FF, SF, and FS. But the worst corner, like at which corner where specifications were coming not that good, were FF and SS corners, where the NMOS and PMOS both were getting fast or slow.
Okay, you know about Monte Carlo analysis?
Yes, yes. Monte Carlo, like we were having the 3 sigma specification, and for what gain were there, so and offset were there of op amp. So we were measuring that for 3 sigma range. That was our range defined in that specification list.
Okay. What mean by Monte Carlo?
Monte Carlo basically defines like whenever you design any circuit, so the fabrication unit there are different kind of process corners and different things are being used for making a fabrication of that chip. So Monte Carlo tells us like if we will use different corners and different conditions, so how much variations will be there for that specific specification, like for that we are measuring Monte Carlo. So it will tell how much it will deviate from its original value, like in what is the standard deviation and what is the mean of that value which we are measuring there.
How will decide it technical variation? How much of we get the variation? How we'll check this one is good, bad in by using Monte Carlo analysis?
Like whenever you let's suppose, let's take an example of OPAM. So if we are designing in OPAM, so we will have a sheet, specification sheet. In that it will be mentioned like how much UGF, how much gain, how much different things we need. So let's suppose we are having a target of 45 dB of gain. Now across PBT the minimum which we are getting is, let's suppose, 48 dB. So now what we will do at the corner where we are getting 48 dB, we will run Monte Carlo simulation for that. Now after, like we will set some particular selection, particular number of runs for Monte Carlo, like 300, 500, 1000 runs. And after that, it will give some result. In that, it will show us, we can also plot histogram there to check whether how much deviation we are getting, like it is within the range of 1 sigma, 2 sigma or not. So in the specification, see, it will be mentioned that how much deviation should be there in the design. So we have to modify our design accordingly so that it should be in the specification, according to specification.
Okay. For example, 3 sigma means how much of variation?
So basically, whatever will be the sigma value there, whatever we will getting standard deviation, so we can have plus 3 sigma and minus 3 sigma with the peak value, or you can say maximum value. So we will take 6 sigma overall consideration there. Like whatever we will be getting the maximum value, so plus 3 sigma and minus 3 sigma. This will be our range. In this range, our Monte Carlo result should be there. So histogram plot actually reflects whether we are getting the values within that limit or not.
No, what is that percentage of it? If, for example, 3 sigma are you getting? What is that meaning of that? What is the percentage of it?
Okay, mathematically, what that will be, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So that means, like, as I said, suppose my minimum, we are targeting for 45 dB, and my minimum gain is 47 dB. So when we ran Monte Carlo simulation, and we are getting the sigma of, let's assume, 1.5 dB. So 3 sigma will signify that 4.5 dB less than 47 dB and plus 4.5 dB to 47 dB. Like my gain will range from 43.5 to 51.5 dB, in that range.
Okay. For example, by comparing sigma or 4 sigma, which one is better or good? Why? How to
And
say it?
sigma,
For example, you give it shows the 2 sigma and 4 sigma. Which one is good? Why?
2
What is
sigma
that?
is good because 2 sigma is good because our deviations are less there. We are having pinpoint results like that. Like spread is less there.
For example, are you getting 4 sigma? What is that meaning?
That meaning actually signifies like sigma is the mean value of that whatever quantity we are measuring. So 4 sigma signifies that we will be getting the worst values up to 4 times. Like if our gain is 45 dB and sigma is 1 dB, so we will get our gain from 41 dB to 49 dB plus 4 sigma to minus 4 sigma, in that range.
Yes. If it's possible to gain bandwidth, phase margin, process variation, all this, all then in done by using Monte Carlo analysis.
What? I couldn't understand. Can you repeat?
If possible, process variation, gain, bandwidth, phase margin, these all parameters done by using Monte Carlo analysis. You didn't?
Yes.
Yes.
No, like Monte Carlo, we can run for whatever quantity we want to check whether that can vary across chips or across PBT or not. So we can run Monte Carlo on that.
Okay. Okay. So you know about phase margin?
Yes.
How much of phase margin range?
Phase margin in my circuit, what was that required?
Okay, your circuit, how much?
So we were aiming for 60 degree, like for stability, we should have at least more than 45 degree, but we were having a 55, like at worst corner, we were having 55 degrees. So that was good actually.
Okay, for example, if you less than 45 degrees, what happened in the circuit?
So what?
If, for example, the phase margin is less than 45 degrees, what happened in the circuit?
The system will become unstable. It will at 45 degree, it will have some stability, but as soon as it will reduce, the stability will be decreased there. So unstable system will be there. If phase margin is less, oscillations will be there in circuit.
Okay. If oscillation,
Right.
then
So
circuit.
circuit will become unstable. So positive feedback will kind of thing will be there at 0 degree. That as close as it will be 0 degrees. So there will be a positive feedback in my circuit. So many oscillations will be there, and circuit will not get stable. So we will not get the desired steady state output.
Okay. You know about compensation, Miller compensation.
Miller compensation.
Hmm.
Yes, Miller. We have in second order design. We have used that.
What is why you want composition of two stage?
Why we want compensation of two-stage op-amp, right?
Yes.
Mm,
You don't know?
Actually, we have stabilizing for op-amp. We did use that, like connecting a cap from negative feedback point to the second stage op-amp. We did connected a cap there for stabilizing that circuit. So we will have analysis of pole zero there. So I actually couldn't recall the correct numbers, so that's why. Uh, Actually, in this Miller compensation, actually we use for pole splitting, like right hand pole zero we get through that cap, which we add from first to second op amp between that.
What is the negative feedback system?
Negative feedback system, like whenever we connect from hello.
Yes, tell me.
Is negative feedback system, like whenever we connect fraction of output back to the input, so that will actually oppose the input signal. So that is called as negative feedback system. 180-degree phase shift will be there.
Okay. Before compensation, you have any idea about before composition, how many poles are getting after composition, how many poles, how to move on like that? You have idea about that?
Yes, when we actually connect the cap in Miller compensation, so our primary pole shifts towards the first op-amp, like whatever first op-amp we have used. So there are number of capacitors from drain to source, gate to source, different caps are there. So by adding the capacitor, we actually move them from that place to the second amplifier at the source of second amplifier.
For example, if you without compensation, what is the pole location? After the compensation, what is the pole location?
After compensation, pole location will be towards this second stage amplifier. Before compensation, it will be towards the first stage amplifier.
Okay. How to say the primary pole? This is the primary pole. This is the secondary pole.
So we calculate the total resistance value and total cap value. So we will be finding pole 1 upon RC. So whatever will be the values we will be getting, based on that we decide which is the primary pole and which is the secondary pole.
Hello,
So
ma'am. Can
based
I
on
answer?
yeah. Please.
Ma'am, on adding Miller capacitance, the dominant
Hmm.
pole will be the input Miller capacitance. That is 1 plus GM into CV. The
Hmm.
dominant pole shift to left, so stability increases in the circuit.
How to this one is dominant pole? That one only dominant pole. How to use it?
The, actually, the gain it is 1 plus GM into C na, so it the value is large, so omega our omega is less. That's why it is dominant pole.
Omega. Okay, I said my output side is the my dominant pole. How to you compromise my answer? How to argue that answer? Hello.
Yeah.
Please respond that question. If I said my dominant pole is output side, so how to my statement is wrong? How do you argue to your that dominant pole is first is
Ma'am,
side?
when
How do you okay, sir?
the the Miller capacitance at output will be C upon 1 plus GM, and at input it will be 1 plus GM into C, 1 upon 1 plus GM into C. So it is less capacitance. So it is more than that. So dominant will be this one, 1 upon 1 plus GMC.
Okay, you calculate all capacitance value and resistor value in both the stages. So that
Yes,
time
ma'am.
you said this is one dominant pole, this one is dominant pole.
Yes, ma'am.
That one only. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next. Guys, okay, today's section. Any feedback or any doubts? And
Hello, ma'am. I have done one project on analog, that is
okay,
double tail comparator.
double tail
Double tail
comparator.
comparator. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Can you ask some questions on this?
comparator. Okay, what is that comparator?
Ma'am, actually it takes analog signal as input, and at the 500 megahertz clock frequency, and in my comparator it uses positive latch and one amplifier stage, and gives output according to the inputs. It's sampled, and it gives a full rail, and it is low power because I have gone to 0.8 volt till 0.8 volt, and I also calculated delay of output for each voltage.
Okay, the main why you are using comparator? What is the usage of comparator?
A comparator is used to differentiate between two signals,
Okay,
which
so
one is
that time
greater. And
you okay. If for example if give the greater value, what happened in output side?
at output side it will be VDD, the supply voltage.
Okay. Which technique you are using? Zero
actually, in my computer, I have used double tilde. So when in positive latch, when the one capacitor discharges to 0, which is inside of less voltage, less input voltage, and the other capacitor charges to total VDD according to the input, and that's why I was getting full rail output.
Okay, what is that offset voltage?
Offset voltage, I have not calculated it.
Hello. Sorry.
I have not calculated it offset voltage.
Offset answer.
Comparator, it is mainly used for offset voltage. How much? You said now if greater than less than.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it is offset voltage purpose only. Why it is okay? You concentrate those questions. What is the offset voltage? What happened in offset voltage? How many types of offset voltages?
Ma'am, can I answer?
Yeah.
So offset voltage is the actually minimum voltage. Like we can also say the sensitivity kind of thing for comparator. The minimum voltage at our comparator will change its state from like 0 to VDD or VDD to 0.
Yeah.
That I know, ma'am. That I have calculated that it was around 0.05 millivolt, 0.5 millivolt.
You said nah, I don't know offset voltage.
I was knowing means difference. I was not knowing what exactly you are asking.
Okay. Okay. My question. Okay, your way is different. My question you didn't understand.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How many types of offset voltage?
How many types?
Two types
Sorry, I
of
don't know. Okay.
two types are there, but and two types of offset voltages are there.
Okay, tell me. Names.
Name actually I am not able to recall. One is name actually I am not able to recall.
Okay. Okay, guys. Today section is completed. Some more guys is there. Ravi,